Hello all you crazy guys and gals in TV land, this is your host Tim, here with another update. Today is July 16th, here in sunny Colbert, Washington, and if I look all hot and bothered, it's because we have no AC in the house. My parents gave me the brilliant suggestion of pressing the down button when they were away on their vacation to North Dakota. Oh, press the down button on the temperature control. I didn't think of that while you were gone. I'm not a college graduate or going into any kind of advanced schooling at all. I didn't figure that one out on my own. Sorry, feeling a little sarcastic today. They probably didn't deserve that. Anyway, pressing the down button doesn't work. So no AC. Hopefully the AC repair person is coming today, so good news on that front. Anyway, so basically, what have I been doing this summer? The big two words that I'm looking at? Grad school. A little bit of what I've been doing is getting articles. Now, I don't think I've explained this before in some of my videos, and you could be saying, Tim, why would you need to be gathering articles? That's a great question. Basically, how it works is with most PhD programs, it's a philosophy doctorate, which means, in more or less terms, they really emphasize research. You doing research, you knowing your research, whatever. So basically, in kind of later years in the grad program, I'm going to be making my own research, but for now, it's my job to know my major, at least know my major professor's work. My major professor, Dr. Magley, specializes in sexual harassment research and also incivility. Not quite sure what that is yet. That's why I get into research. So, looking up a lot of her research. Now, she hasn't been doing research for very long in the field, and by very long, in the psychological community, I mean maybe for the past 9 years she's been doing research. Honestly, that's not that much. That's maybe one article a year, 1 or 2 articles a year. That's not a lot, at least in the psychological community. And I'm sure in the biology, medical, chemistry, history fields too, that's not a lot of writing. So, I've been looking up what her major professor in grad school, what her major professor was, because I think she graduated, I want to say 2000 maybe, from grad school. So I'm looking up her major professor's work, and her major professor has been doing research since the 70s, so a lot of info there, but the problem is it's almost too much. Anyway, I've been looking up her major professor's work too, who also does a ton of work in sexual harassment research. Also, there's another person that I want to do research with there too. I'll explain that in a minute. So basically these 3 people. And you're thinking to yourself, well, Tim, that doesn't sound like much. Only research from 3 people. It couldn't be too much. Ho ho, au contraire. There's this binder, which has, oh, look at all those articles. Oh, that seems like a lot, Tim, but that's not, that's manageable. Oh, where did this come from? Oh no, oh, whoa, and then this one too. So all of that juicy goodness in there too is my responsibility. And we went to SPU recently, and I found even more articles there. This is not just a fake, proud Tim's just being silly. No, these are all our articles that I need to read. So, got a little bit of a busy summer. And let's see here. I'll explain. Like I've said before, I'm going into industrial organizational psychology. Pretty much what you need to know about that. It's business meets psychology. Instead of you have the therapist situation where it's just you and then the person is on the couch telling you about their problems, where in IO psychology, instead of having the person on the couch, you have the business or the organization. So you're kind of diagnosing the business's problems, assessing programs, yada yada yada, and I'll talk about that more as it continues. But anyway, this professor that I was telling you about, the third one, is really cool. He's doing research in the psychology of men, which not very many are. He's one of the founders of Division 51 in the APA, American Psychological Association, which that specific division is called SPSMM, the Society for the Psychological Study of Men and Masculinity. quite a mouthful. Try saying that 3 times fast. Bet you can't. And anyway, basically he knows his stuff in the psychology of men, and so I want to work with him and with my major professor to see what are some general concerns of men, or what are some men's issues in IO psychology. And so far it's, things like pay differences, things like different job responsibilities, sexual harassment. There's some things that, different questions that need to be looked at, and I can explain that more as I go on. But anyway, so yeah, there's that, and he emailed me back. He sounds excited to meet me. I'm signed up for one of his classes, so yay. Oh, speaking of classes, I am signed up for classes. Let's see. So far I have 5, which sounds like a lot to me. Apparently that's normal, so it's semesters. I don't get it, but whatever. I don't know why you would ever want to do semesters, but okay. First class I'm taking is, Intro to IO Psychology. That's taught by the head of the IO department, obviously. I'm taking kind of like an undergrad stats course, but it's like a psychology stats course, and it's been described as, if you're an undergrad, it's like stats on steroids, but if you're a grad student, it's like intro. So, I don't know. We'll see if that turns out okay. I'm taking experimental design, which is just like, how I describe it to my mom is, if you have a research question, like, I don't know. Okay, I've heard this one, that oysters are an aphrodisiac. So your research question would be, are oysters an aphrodisiac? Experimental design is how you figure out that question. So what do you do? What subjects do you use? How do you get your subjects? What do you do with your subjects once you have them? That's experimental design. Good stuff. I like it. The other one is the fourth one is a master's thesis class, basically just working on, what is my master's going to be about, or my master's thesis going to be about, things like that. And I'm getting my master's in 2 years, so in 2 years you'll have to call me Master Tim. That'll be exciting. So yeah, that seems pretty basic. And then the fifth one is a class with that one guy, that professor of men's studies, and he's basically, with him I'd be studying just different theories of men and masculinity, what issues or problems are specific to the condition of being male, things like that. I'll talk about that later. It's lots of stuff, lots of good stuff, lots of good conversations with that one. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, officially, I now have a place to live in Connecticut. That's always exciting. And my move-in date is August 9th, which means I'll be leaving here, the east side of Washington, in probably the 4th or 5th of August. So I'm excited. Probably going to do a road trip, and that'll be pretty cool. Emily got me, if any of you know my friend Emily from college, she got me a kind of a burger book. It's like this guy went to 100 burger stands in America, and he went to more than that, to try to find the top 100 best burger joints in America. And he put 100 of them in this book, and Emily gave it to me, and I'm like, oh! It's like my own personal mecca for burgers, because I love burgers. To know me is to know my love of cheeseburgers. While I'm kind of driving I-90 all the way to Connecticut, I'm going to try to, eat some of the burgers. And there's 5 of these places, so 5% of all of these places are in Connecticut. Crazy, huh? And then 2 are in Massachusetts. So just looking at some of those burger places, I think will be exciting. But if any of you have any cross-country recommendations, please feel free to email me or post some comments on this video. I'd love to know some cool places to go. We're going to try to go to Cleveland and Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, Minneapolis, Washington, D.C. So if any of you know of any cool things to do, kind of on the north I-90 little road there, shoot me an email or post a comment on this video. I'd love to know of some cool stuff. Anyway, my immediate future, my beautiful, wonderful, lovely girlfriend, Christy, is coming to my neck of the woods tomorrow. She flies in tomorrow, and I'm really excited. We're going to go to Silverwood, which is it's a theme park in northern Idaho. It's pretty fun. We like it. We chill. We have fun. So yeah, probably going to do that. And other than that, that's really all I have to report. So this is Tim Bowerly signing off for now. Please remember to spay or neuter your pets, and I'll see you on the flip side.